Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I hope you're doing fantastic out there. In this video today, we're going to take a look at another offering from Obuy. This is the Maverick wood stove. So I want to say thank you to Obuy right off the bat for sending this out for review. I think this is going to be a very good fit for my channel. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. As you can see, it comes packaged very well. This is the Fire Maple Maverick wood stove, 3-panel stove. And then right here are the dimensions of the stove and the weight, in case there's anybody curious about that. There is some contact information. Let's go ahead and open this up and see what comes in this package. I'm very excited about this one. I think that something like this is going to be a very good fit for my channel. I have a lot of outdoor enthusiasts that are watching my channel, watching my videos. So when you slide this out, there is nothing left in the box. So as you can see, it comes in a really nice little pouch. So this is good material. Looks like the stitching and stuff is fairly good. Right here, the enclosure is a long strip of Velcro. You have 2 pockets. This is the pocket with all the parts right here. And then there's another pocket right here that you could put more stuff in. So those are nice pockets. This is a good pouch. And then what I like here is there are directions right here on this. This is pretty cool. So this gives you directions of how to put it together. Feel free to pause if you want to read that a little bit longer. I'll move fairly quickly. You basically get 3 pieces. One of them has a stamp that says Fire Maple on them. And then this one has a door cut out, and then the other one has a flat side. You have this piece, which I'll explain in a minute, and then you also have this piece here. This is the actual grate that the pot is going to sit on. So assembly for this is extremely simple. It'll go like so, and then you take the other one. They're hard to pick up on a flat surface here. So you take the other one, and you can see that the larger portion right here goes in the larger hole right here. So it goes like this, and then of course that lets you finish lining this piece up like this. So you just kind of snap that thing together. And then some of you might be thinking, oh, you forgot to put this piece in. No, it's very simple. You actually slide this in. There's a little hole in there. That's for your finger. So you take these 2 pieces and they fit in those 2 little slots right there. So you can use your finger to do that. Put them in there like that. And then once you get that, take a look at this. See how it kind of fell into place? Once it falls into place, you put your finger in that little slot and then pull it up that way. And then it'll lock into place. So you see that? It kind of just locks into place just like that. And that's cool. I'm pushing with my thumb right here. So there you can see that the stove is fully assembled. The last thing is to put the grate on. You have these 3 points that have a little mark on them. So the grate goes right over those 3 points. And now you are fully assembled, ready to use. Of course, you have one side that lets you feed the fire. The other side is just a wall. And then, of course, right here, you have the logo. Now, if you want to set a pot on there, say you have a water bottle, this is not going to fit on here very good. I have a 32 ounce clean canteen. So you might have to get something different to set smaller stuff on. So something like a computer fan grate or a trivet or something like that. So if you got something super small, you might need something extra. But if you're using like a standard pot, like this 1 liter pot, it would fit on there perfect. And then here's a 2 liter pot, fits on there perfect. Let's go ahead and light this up. It is windy out here, so bear with me. I'm going to take one of my little fire starters that I use. Let's kind of open some of them fibers up a little bit. Right now I have some tinder inside, so I'll just get that lit. And what I want to do is I want to test this. I want to do a 1 liter test boil. So there, we got some of that stuff going. So let's add some little stuff in there. Right on the top for now. And then once I get it going, then I'll feed it through the hole here. This knife is the Condor Pterosaur, in case anybody's curious about it. It's a very good Mora Garberg alternative. If you don't have the budget to get a Mora Garberg, you can a lot of times get this Condor Pterosaur. It's a good knife. Very robust knife. Let's go ahead and put this on just for fun. Start the time. And let's get this boil started. Now I know that this is not ideal conditions by any stretch of the imagination, so bear with me on this. So 10 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Heavy rolling boil at 10 minutes. And it's been very windy. Okay, I was just outside and it was just too windy. So I'm gonna go ahead and come inside and I will set up a nice little testing area here. We'll test it inside. Put it right there. We will have this just like so. And that fan, let me turn that fan on high so we can get rid of anything draft wise that might be in this room. So let's go ahead and get this thing started again. Let's get some stuff in there. We're going to get this test going again. I know that this thing can do better than what we saw out there. So here's our pan. Again, 32 ounces of room temperature water straight out of the tap, so it's actually a little cool. We'll get this thing started here very soon. Get some real results. So let's go ahead and put this on. Just like that, we'll start our timer, counting up. And I hope you can see that on the screen there. So that performed a lot better. Look at that. I'm going to stop the time. 7 minutes and 22 seconds. Nice, heavy, rolling boil. That looks good. I'm happy with that. 7:22, that's a lot better than that 10-minute rolling boil outside in the wind. As you can see here too, we're getting a much heavier rolling boil. Outside with all the wind, it wasn't boiling real hard like that. So I'm pleased at the way this is performing without the wind. Much, much better. Night and day results compared to what we had outside in that wind. So from here, I'm just gonna let this thing burn out. Let the wood burn out. I'm gonna take the pot off. There's a little block of wood there. That's for me to set my pot on. Okay, that's good enough. Now I'm gonna take this out and we will dump this and I'll be back. Don't that look cool? This pan is not hot to the touch at all. Right now would be a good time to put a grate over the top, and you could grill a steak or cook a burger or anything like that, because you got a nice bed of coals. Those are good for cooking things on. Well folks, my final thoughts on the Fire Maple Maverick 3-sided triangle wood stove. I like it. I think this thing performed very well. I've washed these and they're easy to wash, they're easy to clean. There are no sharp sides or anything like that you got to worry about cutting yourself with. As you can see, because I used it, it changed the coloration of the pieces. The material thickness is very thick. They did flex a little bit and bend a little bit, but I don't know of a metal that does not do that when it's put next to heat. The assembly was very simple, very straightforward, and as I showed in the video, it was easy to support my 2-liter pot. And the boil times, once I got out of the wind, you know, of 7 minutes to a heavy rolling boil was good. And like I showed, you can accommodate even smaller pots, maybe nesting cups, things like that, using this stove. I liked it. I like the bag. I do wish that they would have made a little bit thicker stitching on the bag on the outside. I love that it has the label here in 2 pockets. I thought that was good, but all in all, it's a good piece of kit. I liked it. Another thing that I noticed is the size of this thing. It supported my 2-liter pot very easily, and I would not hesitate at all putting a larger pot on it. Something like this base camp cook set. This is 3.5 liters. I don't think that it would have any problem boiling a lot of water or making a big stew for a large group of people. I think it would work just fine with that. In fact, I'll step out on a limb and tell you, I think that it would even handle the big brother, the base camp cook set with even heating. This one I think is 4.5 liters, and I don't think that it would have any problems handling any of these cook sets at all. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're interested in finding that Fire Maple Maverick wood stove, I'll put a link in the description box down below. Thank you for watching. Please hit that thumb up on the way out. I work hard on these videos. And with all that being said, folks, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.